Hey guys, Zekus-chan here. Hope you all are doing well in the times that we are living in right now. Times are they're something. They're pretty something. I'll leave it at that. But I have with you Tekken 7 today, and I want to share with you some pretty interesting Noctis tech that I have not seen many Noctis players do at all. Period. Now, for those of you who don't know, I love Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is, without a doubt, one of my favorite games of all time. My favorite fighting game of all time, besides Smash Brothers. Yeah, I love Tekken 7, and Noctis Lucis Kylum is my main, currently, as of Season 3. Now, I play other characters. I play Lily, I play Nina, I play Negan, I play a bunch of other characters. But currently, my most played and my favorite character to play in tournaments and just period is this pretty boy right here, Noctis Lucis Kylum, the prince, the king of the Lucian Empire of Insomnia in Final Fantasy 15. Now, reason why I love Noctis, I love his pressure, I love his simplicity. You can do a lot for like literally zero execution. Like for example, you can do this, 2-2-2, 2-2-2-2-2. Now, I was mainly mashing 2 for this combo. And I got decent decent carry and decent damage. But anyway, back to what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, I discovered some interesting tech that I have not seen many Noctis players do, and it revolves around 2 key moves. Noctis's down back 1/1+2, you see right here, and one of my favorite moves of him, the all-powerful, the all-damaging, the completely over-dimensioned move that is running 1+2. Now, these 2 moves, on their own, are really, really versatile. For this, you can use it for many different situations. You can use it for spacing, you can use it for conditioning, you can use it for wall Oki. Let's say if the opponent's on the ground, for example, you can literally carry them and do a combo. Down back 1/1+2 is one of Noctis's most versatile, Noctis' best moves. It's a god move right there. It's a straight up god move. And of course the running 1+2. Well, the move speaks for itself. If you get hit by it, you're getting launched, and if you block it, you're eating up a lot of NNAG, which leaves me plus, which leaves Noctis plus, which adds up for more opportunities for mix-ups, a lot, anything that you want to do. Like, that's Unga Bunga, but I love it. But, what if you use these two moves together in a combo, for example? So let's say, do this for example. See that right there? Now, some of you Noctis players probably have already known this by now. I just recently discovered this, but apparently, if you use, let's say in a combo, for example, down back 1+2 as an ender, well, let's not use that example. So let's say we use this move for example, this combo for example. Oh my goodness. Okay, so take 3. I swear I'm not a scrub, but yeah. So let's say this for example. Fucking hell, man. Okay, take 4. If you use the down pack 1/1+2 as a combo ender, and if you immediately run and use the running 1+2, that leads for some pretty broken Oki, if you ask me. Pretty broken Oki. And depending on, as you see right here, I'm set to spring attack, but depending on the get up option, it has different effects. It has different properties. So I'll show you one by one. So let's say, if I use this for example, and if he wakes up backwards, that ends in a relaunch. So I'll do it again for you. Do it again, just so you know what I'm talking about. Eesh, eesh. That is not what I meant to do. Alright, let's just reset here. I'm sorry, I'm a little jittery at the moment. There we go. So if I use this running 1+2 immediately after I use the down back 1+2, and if the opponent wakes up backwards, I can actually reset the combo and relaunch. Now let's go to stand up. We'll do the same thing again. Now, if you stand up, now, this is a weird thing that I discovered. So basically, if the opponent decides to just stand up, it relaunches, but the opponent ends up going backwards for some odd reason, which is really weird. But you can obviously get a relaunch from that, but it leads the opponent to this really weird backward situation. Now with these other get up options, you won't get that. But now what you see so far, if the opponent wakes up backwards, or if the opponent just stands up, I can relaunch the opponent with, and if you see, there's the opponent set to stand and guard all. So let's say now I haven't tried it yet. Let's say if you wanted to stand up and let's say if you wanted to stand up and like play guard, for example. From what I'm seeing so far, and I'm gonna test this further. If I buffer the running 1+2, I will hit the opponent before the opponent has the time to guard. But this is what I'm finding out. So far for the stand and guard all. I don't have anyone to like test this out with yet, but I'll be making another follow-up video, to explain my findings further. But so far, as you see here, with the opponent wakes up backwards and or stands up, so far you can relaunch before the opponent does anything. So let's go for the next one. Let's go to front roll. Now, as you see right here, they did not relaunch, but that actually sets up for like a little extra damage, a little Oki damage, a little extra damage Oki. And there we go. Although they didn't relaunch, it actually dealt like 20 or some damage of extra Oki, which is really good, which is really insane. Gets you some extra damage. And the opponent has a hard time getting away from it if you front roll. Now, let's go to a side roll. Oh, whoops, messed that up there. Okay, try it again. Now, if you try to side roll to the left, you get hit with the running 1+2 for an extra 20 or so damage. Now, as you see right there, due to the extra shadow tracking that the move has, it allows for this extra coverage with the hitbox of the move. So basically, if you side roll left, you get hit with it. You don't get much, but you get hit with it with an extra 20 damage. So if the opponent's sides rolls to the right. Do that again. If he tries to side roll to the right, as you see, it still hit the opponent with the lingering hitboxes, and you're dealing it for like an extra 20 or so damage. So, as we see so far, with the front roll, side roll left, and the side roll right get-up options, you're dealing an extra 20 damage. You're not relaunching them, but you're dealing an extra 20 damage. After the combo, if you end the combo with the down back 1+2. So next let's go on to the wake up mid attacks. I hope I'm making sense. Now, as you see right there, I'm relaunching the opponent if the opponent does that specific option. And it's the same thing with the wake up blow as well. Like, if you attack at all, immediately while you're trying to get up. Whoops. So the rule of thumb is, if you attack at all, with this option, and here's the thing, you have to immediately buffer the running 1+2. If you're even a little late, you might get hit with the mid kick. But if you time it properly, now that's weird. But the rule of thumb is, if you time it properly, if you do it quickly enough, and you have quite a bit of time to do so, you have a bit of leeway, you can literally relaunch the opponent, whether he's waking up with a mid kick or waking up with a low kick. And it'll be the same rule of thumb if the opponent tries to do a recovery. If the opponent tries to do a recovery kick, or if the opponent tries to do a spring attack, for example. So if we do it again, for example. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, if you do it in slightly different angles, it can be a bit weird like that. You don't want to be too far with this, because if you are, let's say if you are, for example, if the combo extends and if you try to do the down back 1+2 as an ender, it might not connect all the way, depending on how far your combo is. But with this example, if the opponent tries to spring kick, which obviously if the opponent's landing on its stomach, you're not going to spring kick. You're just going to end up doing a wake up get up kick. Point is, ugh, that's so weird. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you do this Oki setup, if you try to attack with any of your attack get up options, you're gonna get relaunched. Or if you try to wake up backwards, you run the risk of getting relaunched. If you try to side roll to the left or to the right, the opponent won't get relaunched, but that leads to an extra 20 damage of Oki. If you try to side roll to the left or to the right, and you have quite a bit of leeway to do so, due to the shadow tracking of the running 1+2. And let's say if you try to wake up mid attack, wake up low attack, recovery kick, try to do a spring attack. Point is, if you attack, you get relaunched. If you try to roll, you get hit with 20 plus extra damage of Oki. If you try to just stand up, you get relaunched. And if you do nothing, if you just lay there, you're gonna take the Oki damage. I hope that was helpful. This is my first video of doing something like tutorial-wise for any fighting game, much less Tekken. I hope this makes sense, and I'm assuming there's going to be Noctis mains who probably know about this already, but I haven't. From what I've seen, I haven't seen anyone, at least any notable Noctises, who really takes advantage of this specific Oki option. If I'm making sense. So, yeah. I hope this makes sense. Give me feedback, criticism of this video. And point out anything I've gotten wrong with this, especially with if any of you are Noctis mains, or anyone who plays Noctis and see this. Please give some feedback. This might be potentially broken. If this is what I think it is. And if it is, then I think it's integral that more Noctis players use this specific Oki option. Okay, well not that one. I mean that one specifically. This one's also really good, but yeah. Anyway, I hope I was making sense. I think this Oki option is, I think it could be very integral to Noctis' play. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. And I will be making a follow-up video to this in the near future. But to TLDR, to sum this all up, if you use on certain enders of Noctis, if you use if you use the down back 1/1+2 as a combo ender, that sets you up for Oki with his running 1/2. And with all of the get-up options that the opponent can do, since he's landing on his stomach, I messed it up there. You can, I am so sorry. If you use the running 1/2 after you use the down back 1/1+2 as an ender, as far as I'm seeing so far, the opponent can't really escape from it. The opponent has to respect it. Either the opponent gets relaunched if it tries to do a get up attack, wake up backwards, or just stand up, the opponent's gonna get relaunched. If they don't do that, if they try to roll, whether it be a front roll, a side roll, either left or right, they won't get relaunched, but that's going to set you up for an extra 20 damage guaranteed, as far as I'm seeing. I've only tested this with Heihachi. I haven't tested this with other characters, but as far as I'm seeing so far, you have a guaranteed extra damage Oki of like 20 damage if the opponent doesn't attack. So I think this can be a really good Oki option for Noctis, an extremely good Oki option for Noctis. That it should be used. It should be abused, because this can potentially be a vital Oki tool for Noctis as a whole. So, yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful. Like and comment, I guess, if you like it. Dislike if you don't, and give me feedback. Especially for you Noctis mains out there. And yeah, that's it. See ya.